Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We are dealing with books yet again. So we have a very massive book haul going along today. I have 20 books. This is the biggest book haul on my channel that I've ever done, but all of them were sale. So this bag has 10, and that was when Barnes & Nobles did their after Christmas sale for 3 days, where hardcover books were 33% off, and then select ones were 50% off, and then premium members had a chance to get like a certain amount of money back for spending a certain amount. And then I have 10 more. These are just a few because the other box is huge. Oh, I lost the scissors, and I did order them at the same time, but they just came from different places and sent at different times. That was from the sale that they're having until the end of January, where select hardcovers are 50% off only online. So that's all the sales. So if we're being frank, I saved myself a lot of money because all of the books in this haul, I saved money because they were all on sale. So it makes sense. And also, I won't be buying books for a while now that I have these 20 plus other books that I still need to read. So I'm gonna start with the bag first, and then I'll do the boxes. And I'm not sure how much talking I'm going to do, considering we do have to get through 20 books. So let's see how that works. I also forgot to say, I will have the pricing on the screen. I realized that when I picked up the receipt. I will put the original price and then the discounted price, and then I also got extra discount off because shopping with Barnes & Nobles, I get 10% off every book. So now we're gonna get into the haul. First up is Plot Twist by Erin Rosa. Don't know the author, never heard of her, but I've heard of this book and everyone keeps saying it's really good, and it was on the buy one get one 50% off table. So we're gonna see. And I mean, I love a good romance. And look at the cover. She's written off more than she can chew. Romance author Sophie Lyne's erotic secret just went viral. She's never been in love, and it's ruining her reputation. With the manuscript deadline looming, Sophie makes an ambitious plan to overcome her writer's block, reunite with her exes, including her last girlfriend Carla, the one person she could have loved, to learn why she's never fallen in love, and document it all for her millions of new online followers. Luckily, Sophia's reclusive landlord, Dash Montrose, a former teen heartthrob, has social media all figured out and is willing to help. What he doesn't mention is that he's an anonymous online crafter, a hobby that helps him maintain his sobriety. No one knows about his complicated relationship with alcohol, and with a family that's Hollywood royalty, Dash has to steer clear of a scandal. As Sophie and Dash grow closer, they discover a heat between them that rivals Dash's pottery kiln. But Sophie needs to figure out who she is outside of her relationships. Dash isn't sure he's stable enough for the commitment she deserves. So Sophie suggests that any good romance author would, a friends with benefit arrangement. Surely a strictly casual relationship won't cause any trouble. As we know, that is not the truth. Friends with benefit leads to lovers, and I'm here for it. They both seem to have a lot going on, especially Dash with all the secrets he has that no one really knows. So that'll be interesting to see how they maneuver. It's also fairly thin, and it has 327 pages. So it'll be interesting. I am excited to read this because I've heard a lot of good things, so hopefully it is that good. And then the original price is $18.99. Next we have another romance, Always Only You by Chloe Liese. I don't know how to say her last name. But this is part of the Bergman Brothers series. I don't know if they can be read in any particular order. I have been wanting to read the entire series, so I just picked it up. Hopefully it doesn't affect that because I don't have the others, so I'm gonna read it. It's an office romance on the ice rink. In his heart, melting story about love's power, not in spite of difference, but because of it. Ren has known Frankie Zeffirino was a woman worth waiting for since the moment they met. She's a master of deadpan delivery and has a secret heart of gold and a rare one-dimpled smile that makes his knees go weak. But as long as Frankie's the team social media manager, she's off limits. Frankie is a self-admittedly blunt, grumpily grump, but even she is immune to Sunshine Ren Bergman, who could be when he's a 6'3" hunk of happy with a hockey player's physique. Maybe in the past, Frankie would have gone for a guy like him, but since being burned many times by people who learn about her diagnosis and see a problem, not a person, she's wised up. After waiting years for the right time to make his move, Ren learned Frankie plans to leave the team to pursue a new career. But what he didn't anticipate is how hard he'll have to work to convince her to let him have a shot at winning her heart. I'm kind of wondering, like, what is her diagnosis? That's like, I don't know what it is to like make people feel like they can't be with her and like they leave her, so now she's guarded herself. So that's interesting. I also like how it's a grumpy sunshine and how it's reversed to the male character is the sunshiny character and then the female character is the grumpy one. So that'll be interesting. And honestly, from what it sounds like, I don't think it's gonna matter what order I read the series in. So it'll be what it'll be. And this has a total of 370 pages and the original price was $17. All right, finally we got this one, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I've talked about this book a lot, mainly because I've always wanted to start the series. And I'm finally gonna start the series because, as you can see, this was buy one, get one 50% off. Mayor Barrow's world is divided by blood, those with red and those with silver. Mayor and her family are lowly reds, destined to serve the silver elite whose supernatural abilities make them nearly gods. When Mayor accidentally discovers a power of her own she didn't know she had, the Silver King is forced to hide the impossibility of her power and pretend she's a long-lost silver princess betrothed to one of his sons. Soon, Mayor is drawn into the silver world where loyalty and desire can tear you apart, and only certainly is betrayal. And before long, her actions put into motion a deadly game and violence dance, pitting prince against prince and Mayor against her own heart. So we love to see it. It's a romantasy. I'm here for it. She's kind of thick, a little bit thicker than the first two books. And so we have 4 other books, so 5, and then I'm pretty sure there's novellas. I have one on my shelf somewhere in the romantasy section over there. I think there might be 2 that are also a part of the series. I don't know if you need to read them or not, but I have one of them, so I'm looking forward to reading it. I've heard good things about it and it's been on my list for a very, very long time, so we're finally gonna get there. And it has a total of, hold on, it looks like it gives you a sneak peek to something else. It has a total of 388 pages, and then the original price was $12.99. Okay, Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. I had heard about this on TikTok and like Instagram, and I've been wanting to read it, but again, my TBR is forever long, and I'm pretty sure this is a romantasy. But again, we see the sticker, she was buy one, get one 50% off, so I decided to finally get it. And I can't remember if this is a series or not. There are no love stories found upon this throne. Violet is a prophet who has no problem influencing a royal court with her clearly phrased and not always entirely honest with her divinities. But when the king asks her to falsely prophesy the love story of the oh so not charming Prince Cyrus for an upcoming ball, she accidentally awakens a dreaded curse, one that will end in either damnation or salvation for the kingdom, all depending on the prince's choice of future bride. Meanwhile, Violet faces her own choice, sees an opportunity to gain control of her own destiny no matter what the cost, or give in to the ill-fated attraction that's growing between her and Cyrus. Violet's wits may protect her in a cutthroat court, but can they change her fate? And as the boundary between hatred and love grows ever thinner with the prince, she must untangle a wicked web of deceit in order to save herself and the kingdom, or doom them all. So it sounds like it could potentially be a series, because I don't think we're figuring all that out in this amount of pages. I mean, we could, but I don't think we are. So this could be the start of the series, and I was right. It is romantasy. We love to see it. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to keep it short and simple. We have to keep it pushing. We have a total of 360 pages. I don't think all of that is going to be unraveled. I do think this is a series. And then the original price for this was also $12.99. Now from here on, it's all hardcovers that I have. This is Wishstress by Nadine Brandis. To be honest, I don't know much about this. I saw the cover, I read a little bit of the back. It sounded interesting. It was 50% off. 50% off a hardcover will get me every single time. Not much about it. She didn't ask to be the Wishstress. Mirth was born with the ability to turn her tears into wishes, but when a granted wish goes wrong, she is cursed. The next tear she sheds will kill her. She must travel to the well to break the curse before it can claim her life, and before the king's Miltaran find her. To survive the journey, Mirth must harden her heart to keep herself from crying even a single tear. He can stop time with the snap of his fingers. Bastian's power and rare talent came in handy when he kidnapped the old king, and now the new king has a job for him. Find the Wishstress and deliver her to the Shoeless. But Bastian needs a wish of his own. He gains Mirth's trust by promising to take her to the well, but once he gets what he needs, he'll turn her in, as long as his growing feelings for the girl with a stone heart don't compromise him. Their quest can end only one way, with her death. Everyone seems to need a wish. The king, Mirth's cousin, the boy she thinks she loves, and they're ready to bully, beg, and betray her for it. No one knows that to grant even one wish, Mirth would pay with her life. And if she tells them about the curse, they'll just kill her anyway. And there's also something in the back I'm gonna read. At the drop of your next tear, you're cursed to die. Let your emotions never have release. Let your heart feel eternal torture. Robbed of release, may you become as cold as the ice with which you snuffed out life. Cool. Romantasy, magic. We love to see it. Now, this one's a little thick. I mean, we could potentially cover everything in here. This could be a standalone. And because I don't really have that much knowledge on it, I'm gonna go with it's a standalone currently. Okay, I think it's a standalone. Oh, wait. It could not be, because it seems like she has other books right here. Okay, so she has an Out of Time series, but I don't think this is part of the Out of Time series. I mean, I'll find out eventually when I look it up. But this book has 453 pages, and then the original price was $19.99. Okay, we have Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. Now, what I didn't know about this when I bought it is it's actually signed by the author. We love to see it. We love to see it. I didn't know that when I bought it. I saw it on the receipt later on that it said it was signed, because obviously it doesn't have a sticker saying that it's signed. So again, love that. I think this is maybe the 3rd book I have signed, or the 4th. I don't have that many that are signed, so when I get a signed book, it's pretty cool. So shall we? Tamsin Lark didn't ask to be a hollower. As a mortal with no magic talent, she was never meant to break into an ancient crypt or compete with the sorcerers and the cunning folk of the treasure. But after her thieving foster father disappeared without so much as a goodbye, it was the only way to keep herself and her brother Cable alive. 10 years later, rumors are swirling that her guardian vanished with a powerful ring from Arthurian legend. A run-in with her rival, Emrys, ignites Tamsin's hope that the ring could free Cable from a curse that threatens both of them. But they aren't the only ones who covet the ring. As word spreads, greedy hollowers start circling, and many of them will kill to have it for themselves. While Emrys is the last person Tamsin would choose to partner with, she needs all the help she can get. Together they dive headfirst into a viper's nest of dark magic, exposing a deadly secret with the power to awaken ghosts of the past and shatter her last hope of saving her brother. Okay. So this is fantasy. It could lead into romance. Right now it's not sounding like that, but it kind of is sounding like enemies to lovers. And we love a good enemies to lovers. We love it. We love it. And then Alexandra Bracken. I have some other books from her. I can't think of that right now, but I have, oh, Lore. It's not here. It's at home, but Lore is another book I have by her. And this book has a total of where are the pages? Where's the page numbers? 474, and so there will be a sequel, and it gives you a couple pages of a sneak peek to the sequel. Love that for me as well. And then the original price is $19.99. Next we have Kismat Connection by Anaya. I don't know how to say her last name, but this was another book that had been on my TBR, and I actually found the last copy of it that was at least out. Is it possible to change your fate? Midoriya is doomed for her upcoming senior year to be a total failure, according to her astrology-obsessed mother, and doomed to a happily ever after with her first boyfriend, according to her family legacy, scratched out, curse. Determined to prove the existence of her free will, Midori devises an experimental relationship with one of the boys she knows she'll never fall for. Arunj Mehta is also at the mercy of the stars, but he isn't complaining. His astrological reading destines him for success, and he resolves to use his year of good luck to show Midori that they should be more than just childhood best friends. When Midori offers him the opportunity to be her relationship labyrinth, it feels like the universe is finally on his side, so Arunj puts his heart on the line. But as their opposing prophecies slowly become true and real feelings begin to cloud their experiment, Midori will have to decide if charting her own destiny is worth breaking Arjun's heart and her own. So this is a cute little YA romance. She's also kind of a quick read. She's a little thin. I'm excited for it. It's always cute to have a nice little romance to break up some things. And this is going to be my first time reading this author, so I am excited about that. And this book has a total of 299 pages, so pretty quick read. And then the original price is $19.99. Next up, Those We Drown, Amy Goldsmith. I am trying to power through. It should have been the trip of a lifetime. When Liv lands an all-expense-paid opportunity to study abroad the luxurious cruise ship, the EOS, for a semester, she can't believe her luck, especially since it will offer her the chance to spend time with Will, her ex-best friend, who's barely spoken to her since the last night their relationship changed forever. But as soon as she steps on board, Liv realizes just how out of her depth she is. With Will, with the rest of the Seamaster students, including the brittle and beautiful Constantine, who may be hiding his own ties to the EOS, and most of all, with the Sirens, the three glamorous and mysterious influencers who seem to have the front of the ship. Liv quickly discovers that the only reason she was invited to join the trip is because another girl disappeared shortly after enrolling, and no one seems to know what happened to her. When further disappearances rock the ship and strange creatures begin haunting Liv's dreams, she wonders, is the EOS hiding a dark secret within its shadowy depths? The truth will come at a price. Only how much is Liv willing to pay? So it's sounding like Semester at Sea gone wrong. I'm here for it. I'm wondering if it's like a trick to get students on the boat. So they have the semester at sea and then they feed them to like a beast in the sea or something. If that actually happens and I called it, I'm a genius. Will it happen? I don't know, but it could. It sounds like that's what we're leading to. And it's like a little mystery fantasy. I'm here for it. It has a total of 406 pages and then the original price is $18.99. We have two more in the back. Stone Blind by Natalie. Her last name is blocked, but it is a Greek mythology. Obviously, it's what's her face, Medusa. They will fear you and flee you and call you a monster. The only mortal in a family of gods, Medusa is the youngest of the Gorgon sisters. Unlike her siblings, Medusa grows older, experiences change, feels weakness. Her mortal lifespan gives her an urgency that her family will never know. When the sea god Poseidon assaults Medusa in Athena's temple, the goddess is enraged. Furious at the violation of her sacred space, Athena takes revenge on the young woman. Punished for Poseidon's actions, Medusa is forever transformed. Riding snakes replace her hair, and her gaze will turn any living creature into stone. Cursed with the power to destroy all she loves with one look, Medusa condemns herself to a life of solitude, until Perseus embarks upon a faithful quest to fetch the head of a Gorgon. In Stone Blind, classicist Natalie Haynes upends our understanding of this legendary myth, bringing empathy and nuance to one of the earliest stories in which a woman injured by a powerful man is blamed, punished, and monstered for the assault. Delving into the origins of this mythic tale, Haynes revitalizes and reconstructs Medusa's story with her passion and fierce wit, offering a timely retelling of this classic myth that speaks to us today. I am excited for that because I'm also currently watching the Percy Jackson TV series on Disney Plus, and like, not the last episode, but the episode before that, they did the Medusa part of the book series, if you read it. And that Medusa related more to this, which, if you don't know what they're saying, is the actual truth of Medusa being punished by Athena for what Poseidon did to Medusa. So I'm excited to learn and read more about Medusa, because she was did wrong. Everybody played her in her face, and she deserves justice. So this book has a total of 371 pages, and then the original price was $30. Last one, we have The London Seance Society by Sarah Piener. And as you can see, it's the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. I've read Sarah Piener before, and I want to show you this version, because look at the hardcover itself. Glorious, beautiful, and look at the end pages. Tell me it's not gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Didn't even know all this when I bought the book, obviously, I was just picking it up because it had been on my TBR for a while. And, you know, when you get an exclusive like this for half off, it's such a beautiful feeling. This was a great find. Now moving on. Good stuff. 1873. At an abandoned chateau on the outskirts of Paris, a dark seance is about to take place. Led by acclaimed spiritualist Madeleine Delaire, known worldwide for her talent in conjuring the spirits of murder victims to assert the identities of people who killed them. She is highly sought after by widows and investigators alike. Lena Wicks has come to Paris to find answer about her sister's death, but to do so she must embrace the unknown and overcome her logic-driven bias against the occult. When Madeleine is beckoned to England to solve a high-profile murder, Lena accompanies her as an understudy. But as the women team up with the powerful men of London's exclusive seance society to solve the mystery, they begin to suspect that they are not merely out to solve a crime, but perhaps entangled in one themselves. This is good. And like Sarah's other book that I've read, which is The Lost Apothecary, also kind of dealt with women crossing paths and potions and mystery thriller. It was good stuff. I enjoyed it. It kept me guessing, so I'm looking forward to reading this to see what this is about. It also seems like a semi-quick read. It's not as thick as some of the other books. So this has a total of, hold on, there's a lot of extra stuff at the end of the book. It has a total of 326 pages, and then the original price was $30. So now I'm about to move on to the other books. So I'm gonna try to unbox them off camera or something to speed the process along. And we're back. So I've unboxed all the boxes. The first one we have is The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. I'm not gonna read this one because this is actually book 2 in the series. I haven't read the first one, but this is an exclusive edition and it was half off. The first one is The Atlas 6, which I do plan to read, and the third one I think like just came out, and I do have a book by Olivia already. And I don't know if like the non-exclusive has this, but this is what's on the front of the hardcover, and then it has little end pages. Cute. And then the reason I found out about this is because my friend Hannah found it in store, but she went like 2 days after me and I didn't, so I checked online when I found out about the online sale and I got it. So thanks, Hannah. And then the page count is 410 pages and the original price is $27.99. Then the next two that I'm going to show are from, those two came together. So Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I've been meaning to read this one. This is the second one in the Alex Stern series. The first one is Ninth House, and there is supposed to be a third one. I wanted to get this book for a very long time, but it's like every time I went in the store, they either didn't have it or it was damaged. Like the day I went in store to get all those other books, I found a copy, but it was damaged, which is probably why it was left. So your girl ordered it online. So now I finally have it. Ooh, this one has end pages as well. I'm just gonna show y'all the end pages. Well, that has caught my eye. And the snake, there's a snake on the cover of the first book. So there we have it. Let's see. Wealth, Power, Murder, Magic. Alex Stern is back, and the Ivy League is going straight to hell. Find a gateway to the underworld, steal the soul out of hell, a simple plan, except people who make this particular journey rarely come back. But Galaxy, Alex Stern, is determined to break Darlington out of purgatory, even if it costs her her future at Leith and at Yale. Forbidden from attempting a rescue,
Alex and Dawes can't call on the ninth house for help, so they assemble a team of dubious aliases to save the gentlemen of Leigh. Together they will have to navigate a maze of arcane texts and bizarre artifacts to uncover the society's most closely guarded secrets and break every rule doing it. But when faculty members begin to die off, Alex knows these aren't just accidents. Something deadly is at work in New Haven, and if she's going to survive, she'll have to reckon with the monsters of her past. Darkness built into the university's very walls. So, very, very quick catch up. Alex got caught in some mess and sent the guy she likes to purgatory. It was a whole thing. There was a lot going on. So now she's on a plan to rescue him with the help of other people. And she goes to Yale, but there's some like elite society type thing going on that she's a part of, and it deals with like powers and things of that nature. There you have it. And this one's also pretty thick. My friend Hannah already read it and she says that it's good, so I'm excited. It has a total of 481 pages, and then the original price is $29.99. And the last one that came out of that box is A Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Amélie Zhao. I don't know if I said that right. Heard good things about this. This is more in the fantasy realm. I think the second book is coming out soon, or it has come out. And this is also the YA Book Club exclusive edition. Again, when it's on sale, it's on sale. Once land had a different name. Now she goes by the one the Leighton colonizers gave her when they invaded her kingdom, killed her mother, and outlawed her people's magic. She spends her nights as a song girl in Haikong, a city transformed by the conquerors, and her days scavenging for what she can find of the past, anything to understand the strange mark burned onto her arm by her mother in the last act before she died. The mark is mysterious, an untranslatable Hin character, and no one but Lan can see it, until the night a boy appears at her tea house and saves her life. Zen is a practitioner, one of the fabled magicians of the last kingdom. Their magic was rumored to have been drawn from the demons they communed, magic believed to be long lost. Now it must be hidden from the Elatons at all cost. When Zen comes across Lan, he recognizes what she is, a practitioner with a powerful ability hidden in the mark of her arm. He's never seen anything like it, but he knows that if there's answers, they lie deep in the pine forest and misty mountains of the last kingdom. With an order of practicing masters planning to overthrow the Elaton regime, both Lan and Zen have secrets buried deep within, secrets they must hide from others, and secrets that they themselves have yet to discover. Fate has connected them, but their destiny remains unwritten. Both hold the power to liberate their land, and both hold the power to destroy the world. Now the battle for the last kingdom begins. A start of a series, I like it. And I don't remember if it's supposed to end with the second book or if there's going to be a third book. So there we have it. Also, she's another thick one. Oh, and she has another series, it seems to be. Some other. We'll see. We'll see about that. This has a total of 459 pages, and then the original price was $19.99. Home stretch. A little bit at least. Next we have Cursed Crowns by Katherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. I have been waiting to get my hands on the second book. I have the first one on my shelf. You can't see it, it's at the bottom, but it's on my shelf, and I actually received it from Goodreads. So I've been wanting to read the second book, and the third book is coming out pretty soon, I believe. So here we finally have it, and let's get into it, because we left off on a cliffhanger. Twin queens Ren and Rose have claimed their crowns, but not everyone is happy about which is sitting on Anna's throne.
Cool-headed Rose plans a royal tour to establish goodwill throughout the kingdom. Beren doesn't like how they can gallivant around Iena when their grandmother, Manaba, is imprisoned in Gurevga, something. Impatient, Ren sails away on a ship to the icy north, where King Alaric offers a deadly magical bargain in exchange for Manaba's freedom. Desperate, Ren agrees, but her spell has unexpected consequences. Meanwhile, when Rose's royal tour is interrupted by a mysterious stranger claiming to be from the long-lost Sun-Kissed Kingdom, the strands of destiny pull her south to an ancient Amarok towers, where only the seers of Iena know why the restless sands are erupting and why Shen Lo might hold the key. But back in Anaya, rebellion is brewing, and if Iena is to stand a chance at peace, the sisters will need to reunite once more and convince their people to forsake old loyalties for new ones. That's a lot. It's a lot of different places trying to get out there. But this is Rose and this is Ren, and Rose was raised in the palace and Ren was raised with witches, so Ren knew about her twin sister and what had really happened to their family and all that. Rose didn't know she was a witch. She basically was brought up to despise witches, not like them, and she didn't know she had a twin sister. That to catch you up. So it seems like they're kind of being dragged separate places, and I guess that works because then they're not as powerful when they're not together. And also she's thicker than the first one too at that. So let's see, 499 pages. As I said, she's thick, and then the original price is $19.99. All right. Next we have Midnight Strikes by Zeba Shahnaz. Sorry if I said that wrong. This is another shout out to my friend Hannah because she bought this book and then I looked it up and read it and it actually sounds like something I would like. So I bought it. Twinsies. No. Okay, what I don't like is how, you see, it was a little damaged. So I'm gonna have to straighten that out because it came that way. I'm not a fan. Here is the truth. Between the first and last bells of midnight, the world will fall apart, and only I know it's coming. 17-year-old Anis just wants the night to end. A provincial outsider at the royal anniversary ball, she has no desire to rub shoulders with the kingdom of Aveyard's most eligible and pompous bachelors, especially not the notoriously roguish Prince Liam. But then, at the stroke of midnight, an explosion rips through the palace, killing everyone in its path, including her. The last thing Anna sees is fire, smoke, chaos. And then she wakes up in her bedroom, hours before the ball. No one else remembers the deadly attack or believes her warnings of disaster, not even when it happens again, and again, and again. If she's going to escape this nightmarish time loop, Anna must take control of her own fate and stop the attack before it happens. But Aveyard's gilded surface bellies a rotten core, full of restless nobles, frustrated with the king's power, discontent commoners, itching for revolution, and even royals who secretly dream of taking the throne. It's up to Anna to untangle the knots of power and deception at the heart of the kingdom if she can survive past midnight. What I want to know is, why is Anna the only one to remember it? Like, why is she the key to unlocking what needs to be changed, basically? So, I mean, I love a good fantasy. And then there's also a mystery, so that'll be interesting. And she's a bit thick, so we know it's going to be a standalone. It's a one and done. So that also excites me. And then it's my first time reading this author, so I'm pretty excited about that. This book has a total of 440 pages, and then the original price is $19.99. Next we have Bring Me Your Midnight. So I actually did see this in store when I went, but it wasn't on sale. And it was online, and the same author, she's been on my list. I haven't read her books yet, but I have 2 of her other books on my list. And this book is actually, I think it's like a first print run or something. So the hardcover is done so pretty. I love it. It's gorgeous. That's one of the reasons I bought it, because it was a pretty hardcover. And then it has a map on this first in page, and then this on the back. It's gorgeous, and it was half off. I'm never gonna turn a sale down. Learn that. Know that about me. Me and a sale, we go together real bad. And then these are the other two books by the author, Rachel Griffin, that are on my list. Tana Fairchild's fate has never been in question. Her life has been planned out since the moment she was born. She is to marry the governor's son, Landon, and secure an unprecedented alliance between the witches of her island home and the mainlanders who see her very existence as a threat. Tana's coven has appeased those who fear their power for years by releasing most of their magic into the ocean during the full moon. But when Tana misses the midnight ritual, a fatal mistake, there is no one she can turn to for help until she meets Wolf. Wolf claims he is from a coven that practices dark magic, making him one of the only people who can help her. But he refuses to let Tana's power rush into the sea, instead teaches her his forbidden magic, a magic that makes her feel powerful, alive. As the sea grows more violent, her coven loses control of the current, a danger that could destroy the alliance as well as her island. Tana will have to choose between love and duty, between loyalty to her people and loyalty to her heart. Marrying Landon would secure peace for her coven, but losing Wolf and his wild magic could cost her everything else. Love it. We love when they're put in difficult situations. Do you want to have your love, or do you want to save your people? Hopefully it's going to be a positive ending and she is the love of her life and her people. We'll see. And also all of Rachel's books deal with witches. I don't know if Homegirl likes witches or not, but hey, I'm here for it. I don't even look at the cover. And this one's like semi. She's kind of thick. She's up there. It's a total of 401 pages. And then the original price is $18.99. My stack of books is getting high. Next, I have This Town is on Fire by Pamela and Harris. It's been on my TBR for a while, so I was happy to see it was on sale. It's going to be interesting to read about. I'm excited to see how it's going down. And I feel like I haven't heard that much talk about it. Like, when I first heard about it, it was good talk. And then, like, I haven't seen it on, like, TikTok or Instagram in a while. So, but I'm still excited to read it. It's an interesting plot. One video can change everything. A lot is up in the air in Naomi Henry's life. Her spot as a varsity cheer flyer, her classmates' reaction to the debut of her natural hair, and her crush on the guy who's always been like a brother to her. With so much uncertainty, she feels lucky to have a best friend like Kylie to keep her grounded. After all, they're practically sisters. Naomi's mom even took care of Kylie and her twin brother for years. Then a video of Kylie calling the cops on 2 black teens goes viral. And after that, Naomi's life splits into 2. Fellow black students are questioning her friendship with Kylie, aka Parking Lot Becky, while her other friends are wondering where this new woke Naomi came from. And as much as Naomi wants to stand by her best friend, she now can't help but see Kylie and their community in a different light. As tensions in her town escalate, Naomi finds herself engaging in protests that are on the cusp of being illegal until a bomb explodes and someone is found dead. How far will Naomi go to find out who she wants to be? And then on the back it has a little excerpt. Below the message is a shaky video of a white girl and some black guy with a ball cap talking outside a store. Target, maybe. I can tell by the red shopping cart. The white girl paces as she talks into a phone, then pulls the phone away from her to flail her arms toward the black guy. Things seem intense. The white girl flips her hair out of her face in anger to make sure the black dude gets the full volume of her words. And that's when everything clicks. The blonde hair, the skinny jeans, the shiny blue Audi sneaks into the shaky frame. It's Kylie. Somebody recorded Kylie. Okay, but my thing is, if Kylie is chatting up to the black dude, who's the black dude? But also, who are these black dudes that she's calling the cops on in the parking lot? And I'm wondering if, for Naomi, the guy that she's secretly had the crush on, is it Kylie's twin brother? And does that conflict her now that Kylie is in the limelight for all that she's done? It's a lot going on, but I'm so interested to get into it. And it's a lot of pages, so it should be good. I'm here for it. I also want to know who set the bomb, who's the dead body. It's a lot going on, but I'm here for it. A total of 499 pages, and then the original cost of this book was $19.99. We have 3 more books. This is going to be a long video. I tried. Next we have The Rosewood Hunt, Mackenzie Reed. Don't really know too much of what's happening for this book, but I am interested to read it nonetheless. If it's answers you seek, look where my love for you first bloomed. Lily Rosewood dreams of taking over her family's company one day. Her grandmother Rosewood Inc.'s current chair has always encouraged her, and Lily can't wait for Graham to teach her everything she knows about running the business. But then Graham dies suddenly, and Lily's world is upended. But when it's revealed that Graham's $250 million fortune is missing, Lily can't fathom what her future will hold. Even in death, Graham has a few tricks up her couture sleeve. A last letter from her with a cryptic clue sends Lily and 3 other teens on a treasure hunt that could change their lives forever. If they can survive it, and if they can pull it off, they may be rewarded with more than just money. But they're not the only ones hunting for Graham's treasure, and soon the hunt becomes more dangerous than ever could have imagined. Irresistible intrigue, captivating suspense, a swoon, friends to rivals to lovers romance, and heartbreaking betrayal drives this thrilling debut novel to its explosive end. Okay, so we have friends to rivals to lovers romance. That's going to be a lot. Obviously, they were friends, and then maybe they became rivals after everyone went hunting for Graham's fortune, and then we become lovers again. It's also pretty thin, so it might be a quick read. I don't know what's going on, who these extra people are that are trying to find this fortune. What was Graham's into? It has 355 pages, so I mean, we'll see what's happening here. And then the original price was $19.99. All right. Next, we have The Last City by H.J. Nelson. I've been wanting to read this. This is the second book in a series. I believe it's supposed to be a trilogy. Again, you can't see the book. It's on the bottom part of my shelf, but I have the first one. And it's basically about the apocalypse. It's dystopian. The first one is the last she, so there's only supposed to be like 1 female left. Everybody else is of the male population. But the girl, her father was in some weird stuff, and basically they're trying to figure out what's going on, see who's left, who's not, how you can cure humanity. There we have it. That was a good sum up. The first rule of living through an apocalypse: trust no one. Ara is desperate to reunite with her father and put the events that happen in boys behind her. Ara hopes to find sanctuary in the Last City, an almost mythical place where the plague is non-existent and she can finally discover the truth about her family. Once she arrives, she discovers the truth is a stranger than fiction, and Ara wonders if she made a huge mistake. Caden will go anywhere for Ara, will do anything, but he's tested to his limits in the Last City. Forced to join a dangerous expedition, Caden soon finds himself separated from Ara and, once again, on the run for his life. He barely escapes alive, and now he needs to risk it all again to find Ara in the Last City. Sam,
has rigged an electrical system, blasting away the silence with music. Feeling almost normal since he nearly lost his life, he doesn't know where Kaden and Aura are, and when he meets a mysterious girl named Em, they embark on an adventure that will bring all of their lives clashing together. All three must uncover the secrets of the last city if they have any hope of getting out of this apocalypse alive. Now, it's interesting that there's a mysterious girl named Em coming along because Aura was supposed to be the last she. So I'm wondering if Em is good or bad. I guess we'll find that out. And then if you didn't pick up, Aura and Kaden are in a relationship. That was a whole thing in the first book. And then this book has a total of 392 pages. And the original price for this book is $18.99. All right, last book of the video. One for My Enemy by Olivie Blake. I showed another book by her earlier on, but this is an exclusive edition. One thing about me, I'm gonna buy it. Look at the end page. It also has exclusive content, not just like the end pages are done, but also from what I gathered, it's supposed to be like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I'll read that every single time too. I love a good Romeo and Juliet retelling, so this was an automatic add to cart. In modern day Manhattan, where we lay our scene, two rival witch families fight to maintain their control of their respective criminal empires. On one side of the conflict are the Antova sisters, each one beautiful, cunning, and ruthless, and their mother the elusive supplier of premium intoxicants known only as Baba Yaga. On the other side, the influential Fedora brothers serve their father, the crime boss known as Koshki the Deathless, whose community extortions ventures dominate the shadows of the magical Manhattan. After 12 years of tenacious coexistence, a change in one family's interest causes a rift in the existing stalemate. When bad blood brings both families to the precipice of disaster, fate intervenes with a chance encounter. And in the aftershock of a resurrected conflict, everyone must choose a side. As each of the siblings struggles to stake their claim, fraying loyalties threaten to rot each side from the inside out. It's a lot going on, but I'm excited because, again, I love a good enemies to lovers, because that's what this is. Romeo and Juliet is basically enemies to lovers because of their families being that way and them growing up. At least a handful of the ones I've read. So I'm excited, and I'm also excited for whatever the exclusive content in this book is. And then the amount of pages is 426, and then the original price is $26.99. Those are all my books. I tried to keep the video as short as possible. I don't think that happened, but again, I tried, and I did give a warning that it was going to be a 20-book haul. But we made it. I'm excited to read these books. I will be reading for a very long time. I won't be buying any other books for a very long time. I'm not going to say I'm going on a book buying ban because that's just going to make me want to do it more. But I'm just going to say I'm good for now, for a couple months. And then I'll get some more books later. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and y'all catch the sale for the 50% off select books online. They do have a handful of good books, but I will say a lot of them are selling out fast. So definitely check that out. Get you some books, do some reading, and maybe try one of these books I showed you. Yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.